Once upon a time, deep in the wilderness of Canada, nestled between towering mountains and dense forests, there existed a small ranch owned by an elderly man and his teenage son. The ranch stood isolated, surrounded by endless stretches of lush greenery that concealed ancient secrets and eerie legends. It was a chilly autumn evening when the rancher, aware of their waning food supplies, instructed his son to venture into the deep woods to hunt deer. Laden with a rifle and brimming with excitement, the young boy bid his father farewell and embarked on his journey. The colorful foliage whispered secrets beneath his feet as he delved deeper into the heart of the forest. Hours passed, and the son did not return. Growing increasingly concerned, the father rallied a rescue team comprising of trusted friends and fellow ranchers. They journeyed into the dark forest, cautiously navigating through tangled branches and eerie silence that seemed to suffocate there. Suddenly, a haunting cry pierced through the stillness, reverberating off the ancient trees. It was a desperate plea for help, unmistakably belonging to the rancher's teenage son. Filled with a mix of relief and dread, the father rushed towards the origin of the cry, his heart pounding in sync with the palpable fear that enveloped the forest. As swiftly as the wind, the father pushed through dense undergrowth, his legs burning with exertion. And then he saw it, a horrifying sight that would forever haunt his nightmares. In a moonlit clearing, his teenage son lay pinned beneath a grotesque creature, its hulking frame resembling a nightmarish amalgamation of both man and beast. This reverse werewolf, as legends whispered, towered over its prey, its dark fur matted with blood and its eyes burning with primal hunger. The ravenous creature ignored the perilous rifle shot fired by the father, its terrifying gaze fixated solely on its helpless victim. With a gut-wrenching howl tearing through the night, the creature loosened its grip on the boy, momentarily distracted by the father's presence. Seizing this opportunity, the wounded teenager wriggled free, his eyes filled with a mixture of terror and relief. However, the reverse werewolf, undeterred by the fired bullet, retreated into the shadows, vanishing like a specter into the depths of the forest. Sorrow and vengeance ignited within the father's heart as he carried his injured son back to the ranch, haunted by the sight of the monstrous assailant that had stolen his child's innocence. Determined not to let this nightmare be forgotten, he sought to unravel the mysteries cloaked within Canadian folklore legends of the dreaded reverse werewolf that had terrorized these lands since time immemorial. And so, entwined in a sinister dance with fate, the father embarked on a quest to seek answers, to hunt down the beast that had eluded death's grasp, yearning for justice and the salvation of his son. Little did he know, the forest held secrets darker than his troubled dreams, forever entangling him in a terrifying battle against an unimaginable evil. The father, consumed by vengeance, delved deep into the dark underbelly of Canadian mythology. He sought out wise elders and shamans, scouring remote villages and hidden corners of the country for fragments of knowledge. Each encounter offered cryptic clues, whisperings of ancient rituals and lost remedies that might hold the key to defeating the reverse werewolf. His journey led him to remote libraries and dusty archives, where he pored over faded manuscripts and weathered maps, desperately piecing together the puzzle of the creature's origins. The more he unearthed, the clearer it became that this malevolent beast was not an ordinary werewolf, but something far more sinister, a supernatural entity born from a pact gone wrong, a creature that defied the boundaries of life and death. Night after night, the father painstakingly prepared himself for the imminent showdown that lay ahead. Armed with a cache of precious artifacts and enchanted relics, he honed his skills, both mental and physical, in an attempt to match the raw power of the reverse werewolf. whispers began to circulate through the shadows of the forest. Tales of an avenging force that would soon confront the nightmarish creature. The fearsome reputation of the reverse werewolf was overshadowed by the desperation within its heart, as it sensed a formidable adversary drawing near. And so, on the night of the blood moon, an ethereal glow infused the ancient forest, casting an eerie luminescence upon the landscape. The father, armed with determination, stood at the heart of the clearing where his son had been attacked. His gaze hardened with resolve as he awaited the arrival of his adversary, the reverse werewolf. A chilling breeze whispered through the trees, carrying with it the faint sound of distant footsteps. The underbrush rustled, and a monstrous figure emerged from the shadows, its aberrant silhouette contrasting against the moonlit backdrop. The reverse werewolf's eyes burned with a wicked intelligence that belied its feral nature. As the air thickened with an otherworldly anticipation, the father and the monster faced each other in the heart-wrenching stillness of that fateful night. Their destinies intertwined, their battle a crucial turning point in an age-old struggle between light and darkness, hope and despair. But what unfolded in that remote Canadian forest under the watchful gaze of the blood moon will forever remain a haunting mystery, a tale shrouded in darkness and uncertainty, begging to be told, yet yearning to drift into the realm of the unknown. In the eerie silence of that blood moon night, a tense standoff ensued between the vengeful father and the fearsome reverse werewolf. They stood locked in a trance-like stare, their breaths mingling with the ethereal mist that surrounded them. A pulsating energy swirled through the clearing, crackling with an ancient magic that threatened to tear the very fabric of reality. The forest seemed to hold its breath, as if anticipating the climax of this epic confrontation. Suddenly, a low guttural growl rumbled from deep within the reverse werewolf's hulking chest. Its crimson eyes gleamed with hunger, an insatiable thirst for blood. And then, in a terrifying display of supernatural prowess, the creature lunged at the father, vicious claws slicing through the air. But the rancher, fueled by a fierce determination to protect his kin, summoned every ounce of strength and agility he possessed. He dodged the onslaught with a remarkable grace, retaliating with his arsenal of enchanted artifacts. Spells were cast, wards were invoked, and eldritch symbols flared to life, weaving a supernatural web to bind the reverse werewolf. The supernatural battle raged on, the forest echoing with the clash of dark forces. The father's heart pounded in his chest, a primal rhythm entwined with the relentless pursuit of justice. Amidst the chaos, tendrils of dark energy surged from the very core of the reverse werewolf, intertwining with the power of the blood moon. A sinister aura enveloped its towering form, imbuing it with a strength and resilience that defied comprehension. But just as the father's resolve began to waver, a glimmer of hope emerged. A forgotten incantation, whispered down from generation to generation, danced upon his lips. The words spilled forth, resonating with ancient power, penetrating the very essence of the reverse werewolf. In a blinding surge of light, the creature recoiled, its monstrous form writhing in agony. The rancher pressed his advantage, his every move imbued with newfound confidence. Sparks of magic ignited the air, each strike weakening the reverse werewolf's infernal grip. Yet, even as the father gained the upper hand, a sense of unease gnawed at his core. Unbeknownst to him, the tendrils of darkness that entwined the reverse werewolf were not easily vanquished. A hidden force, dormant for centuries, lay in wait, poised to unleash unforeseen consequences upon this humble battleground. As the father fought with unwavering determination, inching closer to victory, an unsettling presence permeated the air. Whispers, like ethereal echoes, reverberated through the trees, causing an unnerving shiver to run down the rancher's spine. The hidden force within the reverse werewolf began to surge, channeling its dark power into a climactic last stand. A torrential storm brewed overhead, dark clouds swirling with malevolence. Mirroring the impending clash, thunder boomed and jagged bolts of lightning slashed across the sky, illuminating the haunting tableau below. The natural world seemed to recoil in fear, as if aware of the ancient forces converging in that very moment. In a final desperate surge, the reverse werewolf unleashed a cataclysmic blast of energy, knocking the father off his feet and flinging him against a gnarled oak tree. The world spun around him, a maelstrom of agony and confusion, as the beast poised itself for the kill. But just as all hope seemed lost, a blinding radiance emerged from the shadows. A figure cloaked in ethereal light stepped forward, wielding an ancient staff pulsating with otherworldly magic. The savior, a mysterious guardian of the forest, had arrived to tip the balances of fate. With a single powerful wave of the staff, the Guardian unleashed a counterforce that shattered the nefarious grip of the reverse werewolf. It let out a blood-curdling howl, a mournful cry of defeat, before dissipating into a swirling vortex of darkness. Silence fell upon the ravaged clearing, the aftermath of a battle fought on the border of nightmares. The father, battered and weary, struggled onto his feet with the aid of the Guardian. They exchanged a knowing nod, a silent understanding of the ancient evil that had momentarily disturbed their tranquil sanctuary. As the storm receded and the moon reclaimed its gentle glow, the Guardian spoke in a voice laden with ancient wisdom. "Take solace, brave rancher, for you have faced a monster that defies the realm of mortals. This reverse werewolf, a creature woven into the tapestry of Canadian lore, has met its match in your unwavering resolve." With that, the Guardian vanished, leaving the father to contemplate the harrowing ordeal that had unfolded. He returned to the ranch, carrying with him the knowledge that the reverse werewolf was but a terrifying legend of the land, a cautionary tale whispered by generations. From that day forth, the rancher became a guardian himself, ensuring that the legacy of the reverse werewolf would never be forgotten. He shared his story, cautioning the curious souls who dared to venture into the depths of the Canadian wilderness. And so, the legend of the reverse werewolf endured, carried through the generations. A chilling reminder that in the vast expanse of Canada's untamed landscapes, ancient creatures still lurk in the shadows, waiting to be discovered by the unwitting. But this tale, like many legends, remains a story shrouded in mystery, woven with fragments of truth and fragments of imagination, forever haunting the imaginations of those who dare to believe. This is, and always will be, the legend of the reverse werewolf.